Whoa, how y'all doing out there? This is your man, Nico B. This is The Black Effect. Hit that like and subscribe button. Donate to the Cash App if you so see fit. The link is in the description, and I want to get into this. I want to talk to the brothers, man. And, title of this video is, before as a man, and this is to any race of men, before you start trying to build and cultivate a relationship with anyone, you should first cultivate and build a relationship with God. A lot of men out here these days, the divorce rate between men and women is through the roof. Now this message goes for women too, but I'm talking to men. You know, um, because we are the leaders here. We are put to lead that, and I'm gonna get into that. But yes, you have men out here who buy into this that they bought into this propaganda, and we living in a different time today. This not in the times of old where you used to, where women is at the house barefoot and pregnant, and what I'm saying, with children. They want to work, they want equality, they can vote, they could do pretty much anything a man could do. Now the saying is, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibilities. So now, we can get to the meat of the things. Like, you ain't gotta be with no man just cause you need his resources. So women out there, to me, are weak. You know what I mean? You can get to know a dude and figure out if y'all in a good partnership, y'all fit as partners or not. But what I'm saying is, but the reason why you would think that these relationships should work like lock and key, but they don't. And the reason is because the dysfunction in the black community is terrible. Like, that's on another level. But I mean, that's just a microcosm of this problem, because black people get the worst of everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for all men, you're not gonna be able to have you're not gonna even know how to cultivate these proper relationships. I'm talking about with good friends first, with your family first. God, cultivating a relationship with God, a personal relationship. Like, not no phony, you reading some Bible verses, and not some listening to pastor, not watching TRN here and there. I mean a personal relationship where you can communicate. Which a relationship is where you communicate, something communicates back. Y'all have a personal, ongoing journey. This is what happens with your child. This is what happened with you and your mother at one point. This has happened with you and your father at one point. And this happens with you and your wife. This is why God says that, when you get with your wife, you leave your mother and father and you cling to your husband or your wife. You no longer need to be listening to your mama and your daddy. They have no say so in this. But see, a lot of dudes get in relationships these days, and because some of these women are more masculine than these men, they give up their natural man role. I seen a lot of white dudes in these type of relationships where they such effeminate cuckold men that they'll let the woman take the reins of the relationship and play his mother. She makes all the decisions. He's just like, I'd rather digress all of that to her, all of the money stuff to her. That's weak. You're being weak. You're a weak ass simp. But if it worked for you though, man, I'm not. Hey, if it worked for you, hey, do that. If it works for you. But honestly, like I said, at the end of the day, that's not real man stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Real men take the reins, and that's just come with a proper relationship. Like, women don't like that. Women not sitting here that don't get their juices flowing when niggas not able to lead their household and take take the reins and take control. That's what you're supposed to do. But and it'll show you how to be long suffering. The relationship between you and God is long suffering. God has been there with you since the beginning. You understand? In them times where he telling you the right things to do, but you giving him nothing but problems. How many of us have done that with our parents? How many How many of men these days and women have had to endure that from their partners? Look at Cardi B and Offset. I tip my hat off to some of these women because these men have stepped out on them numerous times. Do you know the strength that it have to take? Not don't just look at women and try to shit on them and be like, they could take cheating better than men. No, 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 they don't. They get even, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, because that's like a breach of contract. That's like even in women in the Bible, when it was okay for men, like it was the norm for men to have different wives. The women in the Bible didn't like that. Look at Moses' wife, you know what I'm saying? Sent those you know what I'm saying? These women, don't get me wrong, that may not have been Moses' wife, but it was one of the prophets' wife who sent his concubine off into the wilderness, told him she couldn't take that no more. You understand? So these women were feeling that way then. So what I'm saying is, as a man, you got to learn how to not be weak. You know, in a relationship, you got to learn how to endure. You know, like how God does. God has endured all of your crap. You know, he hadn't sent you. Now, you got to understand, for this being, seeing his endurance, and he can't tolerate it. So for you to be, you know, for him to have love for you and want a relationship with you and things like that, and you constantly shucking him off. Some people, you know, hear about God and hear about the truth of God, you know, and don't have, they just harden their heart to it and sit there and make them jokes like, this Jesus stuff, man, that God stuff, man, what you talking about, man? You know, God in heaven looking at your little butt like a little ant. Like, you know, but and then you sinning against him, you know what I'm saying, and just walking around like your shit don't stink. He up in there looking at you like this. Cause he like, bro, I could destroy you right now. I could rip you, your whole family, the same way he did. He did that to. Now this is the God. Be thankful for Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And God's his I'm not gonna call it a switch of nature, but his sacrifice, so that his grace, his extra grace, that his new covenant that he's built with you. You know, God built a new covenant with humanity, because this the same being that was drowning whole, that was committing whole genocides and was killing people and wasn't giving them access into the kingdom of heaven. You understand? So be thankful for that. He gave people a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance. That's why when, you know, you have to, in our relationships, we have to be bigger men. We have to be bigger men. I've had to do this within relationships in my family. Yes, to keep those, and I'm thankful to God for that, because that kept those relationships building and kept those relationships going. I could have shut them down. People have done me dirty. I could have just shut those relationships down, been like, F you, you know what I'm saying? But then the relationship is over. You feel me? Sometimes relationships have to end. You know what I'm saying? God will do that, or do that too. He not having I just told you that. He doesn't cultivate a relationship with everyone. You know what I'm saying? God, the kingdom of heaven is not privy to for everyone. You feel me? God don't want everybody. A lot of people don't want God. They sit around here. So, you know, so for those people, they over there with that. But I'm saying though, man, when you look at all these relationships failing, the reasons behind that is because a lot of men and women don't know how to even have good relationships. You don't even know how to have good friendships, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't have good friends. Y'all might have associates and stuff, but the first chance they get, they looking to snake y'all, and y'all hating on them, and they hating on this. Y'all not building nothing from that relationship. You know, learn how your heavenly Father acts. These things, and like I say, some people are only on this level of their spiritual journey. Do you know that that the level of your spiritual journey, I can't even quantify how far you can go, because, you know, I know Christ went the furthest, but he was God in the flesh. I'm saying, like, the prophets, look at some prophets like Elijah, who was said to be carried off he was bombing for God, speaking truth, bombing, doing all of his things that he needed to do for God. This man was going to spiritual levels to where he was carried off on. God came and personally sent the angels down to get him in life. Like, he didn't even die. He just personally got, you know, God transfigured him. However, took his took his essence out himself and took Elijah. Like some men and women, look at the book of Saints. Some men and women was has been said to have clairvoyance, to have dreams of having dreams where other people are sinking, having the same dream with them at the same time. These things are different levels of spirituality. A lot of y'all are only cultivating carnal levels. This is outside of Christianity. You have people who are spiritual, who are clairvoyants outside of that. These are, the Lord validates these things because the spiritual powers of darkness will get these powers. I know that this is a message that is very deep and intricate. But the things, this is why we have to start thinking about those things. We have to start applying these things of the Spirit. Stop with all the nonsense. You know, you people who, the secular people who thinking that the kingdom of heaven and things like that is nonsense. They spiritual level is down here. Like it's this, they don't even have the faith of a mustard seed, and their spiritual level is very down here, a very carnal level people. They can't connect. They not empaths. They don't even get how empaths work. They don't even get the exchange of energy. They don't even get that. They down here. You know what I'm saying? Us is, you know, in the truth, we should be up, man, you know what I'm saying, taking it up here and bursting out of the box, you know what I'm saying? With the God giving different spiritual gifts, he does that. But that's not what we are subscribing for. Like I said, the first thing y'all should be doing is getting a relationship with the Most High God in Christ, man. It starts with that. God, Jesus Christ was the incarnation of God. So you can understand, so you will be able to relate. You know, a human nature. This is how God can act as a human nature. He's not human. He's not you. It will be no way. That's why I say, like with other religions and things like that, like it's like, how do you even fathom? Why are you not still sacrificing goats? You know what I'm saying? It will be no way you could fathom or relate to this being. You know what I'm saying? And it tells you that in the Bible. Even in you know what I'm saying? In with Christ, you know, you still can't relate to his complete nature. But in human form, you can understand how you should be, how we should operate with each other. You understand? That's how we should operate. Now, I know niggas hear this and be like, oh, man, that's in a perfect world, man. Oh, man, it ain't about being perfect, bro. It's about being a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's about learning how to do these things. And if you are willing, you know, that's all that matters. Realizing you have a problem, that you have things that you need to change within yourself, and then building that relationship with Christ, and he'll send that spirit. And when you reading your Bible and things like that, when you're talking to people, he'll come in and moderate those situations to you, with you, like a life coach. That's what the relationship with Christ is about. You know, we got to start being adult about this. You know, stop talking about all this, oh, what the hell, thinking the devil in the pitchfork, making all these stupid ass foolish jokes when your life is like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when your people is doing that, it say in the Bible, when people is making jokes talking about the kingdom of heaven is a joke, God is laughing at you. You know, and when you in your calamities and sick, all of, you know, and people is up in and don't know what's going on, they got a medical book this thick of unknown illnesses. When people is going through all that, God laughing. He like, what you thought? What you thought it was? He don't even have to send. Sometimes he just smack out, just slap a nigga. Like, you know, he just slap a person across the face. Just pow, send a man or woman through a whole downward spiral, send you through all that. And some people still don't learn, you know, and God just, those are the people who God just sees the heart, and he don't, you know, unfortunately, he doesn't want them. You know, because they, you know, it's the heart. It's the way, and they kingdom, and some people, their heaven is on earth. You understand? Their kingdom is here. Like everything that they want is here. And the devil has dominion over here. Satan's, don't feel bad, because Satan is in the same boat as you. Satan is, you know, his dominion, he's the king of this earth. Why you think that, you know, and as time is progressing, you seeing all this weirdo stuff, they finna start taking power. They already got a lot of money. The LGBT, straight and heterosexual relationships is taking a hit. Real relationships is taking a hit. People are gonna start start being like the show. Start being like the video game Death Stranding. So standoff to where they don't even want to be around other people anymore. They don't trust other people. It's gonna be like that. And if money and things hit the fan and times get bad, it's gonna be even worse. Like I say, man, get a relationship with God. I can go into this. It's only part one, and then you can build a relationship with other people. Woman, a woman should not be trying to get with no man that does not have a relationship with God. Seriously, if you a woman who doing that, all you want is some sex and you want some late night creeps just like a dude, and you just as thirsty. So quit trying to, don't shame no dudes. Just go get you some penis and rock like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to jump over here with the good women. I ain't no good men. You don't want those good men. You're not gonna get them. Same with those with you men. Like if you're not a man, you know what I'm saying. Some of you men know that though. Some of these men know, they can admit they not no man of God. And they only want, they whoremongers. They only want the whore, so they can go. You know, you get what come with that. You get burned, busted, disgusted, flipped, dipped, cucked, and tucked. All right. It is your man, Nico B. Black Effect. I'm out of here.